welcome to the next installment of my sign language class experience. I wasn't able to do a video yesterday because something came up that I just had to take care of. I had to go to a family member's house and take care of something, but everything's all good. Everything is great. On Wednesday, today's Friday, as I'm recording this, but on Wednesday I had my midterm. And the midterm was essentially to tell a story using signs and classifiers. Signs and then classifiers being the signs that you use to emphasize what you're saying. Like this would be a platform. Like if you're trying to reach your hand, like that might be a high place or an object on a high shelf, something like that. I passed the midterm. This isn't grade based. It's more a pass or fail base, which I'm not against because, just a simple pass or fail answer is really all I need right now. I graduated college last year. And so this has just been a class that I wanted to take, not that I had to take. But that's not what you came to hear. You came to hear how this is going. What happened was the story that I told was essentially the very first time I ever had to call 911. The very first time I ever had to call 911. I was driving on Interstate 20 in Fort Worth, 820 West, which would take you all the way to I-20 East, which will take you to Abilene, Texas. And I saw this car just collide with the barrier that separates East and West. And I pulled over and I saw the car, and so I called 911, and 911 told me, "You're not the first person to call." And I said, "Oh, okay." So I went home and I called my mom asking, "Did I do the right thing?" And she said, "Yeah, hello, you couldn't have known if anybody else called 911. There's no way for you to know, so yeah, you did the right thing." I know that sounds like a really common sense sort of thing, like how could you not know? But, sometimes you really need that. Sometimes you need that confirmation. It's good to hear an outside opinion sometimes. It is good. So essentially what I did was I performed it in front of my whole class. I partnered up with a friend of mine who's really awesome and beautiful and sweet, and I love her. We partnered up, and she told me her story using signs, and I told her my story using signs. This is the sign for car, by the way. You might not think it because of how it looks, but this is actually the sign for car, just so you know. And if you wanted to say, oh, the car drove into a post, you can use this as your post. See what I mean? So it was sort of like that, only instead of going with the post, I went with this as the barrier that separates 820 East from 820 West. And I performed it in front of my class, and it had to be a minute long. It had to be a minute long. And when I reached a minute, by the time I reached a minute, I was talking about how I had called my mom, 911, about how I called 911, and I told her I did the right thing, and she said, yeah. When I said, yeah, that was the 1 minute mark. And my sign language teacher was really impressed, and she was so glad, and I was glad too. So if you do take a sign language class, be aware you might have to tell a story using classifiers eventually, but it's not that bad. Just learn your vocabulary, learn the conversational basics, and get a good grip of what those classifiers actually are, and you should be golden. My last class is December 14th. And this coming Wednesday is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so no, we're not going to have a class. I'll be in Florida, so no. You might not get a video from me next week. Maybe I might post something. I'll think of something. I'll probably sing a song or something. So that was this past week. I passed my midterm nice and easy, much easier than I thought. I was worried over nothing. So I will talk to you soon, and I can't wait to tell you what I learned next. Take care.